Monday 29th of September, myself travelling from Sydney through Brisbane to Honiara. Spirits were high as our team gathered at the gate for prayer and a photo before boarding. The SOMA team included Reverend Brett Watterson and his wife Michelle, their daughters Amy, Liz and Lily, and Amy's husband Henry, a proud Solomon Isler, and their little one Yaz. We were joined by Reverend Graham and Susan Leash, who are members of the SOMA Australian Board. Greeted by a thick tropical humidity and the warm smiles of Henry's family and local church members. At Chester House, our base for the week, a group of about 20 men welcomed us with song, beautiful harmonies that filled the air with reverence and joy. Then came a generous feast of buns and scones and rice and chicken and tropical fruit. We tucked into it enthusiastically, only to learn the dinner was still to come. That evening's formal welcome at Honiara Hotel gave us a colourful introduction to island hospitality, and our first night at Chester Hill, the ever-present challenges of tropical power outages. The next morning, after a warm night without electricity, we explored the city. Honiara's streets were alive with people, roadside stalls and smiles. One cultural feature quickly stood out: betel nut. Although technically illegal in the city, it's sold and shared everywhere. Its red-stained grin soon became part of the city's unique charm. Wednesday was a day for relationship building. After morning prayer, we met with the Archbishop of Melanesia and his bishops. They spoke openly about the ongoing tension between traditional spiritual practices and the Christian faith and their desire for biblical guidance on the ministry of the Holy Spirit, healing and deliverance. The hospitality we received was humbling. Later, we visited the Mothers Union headquarters and presented a gift from South Lakes Anglican and discussed ways in which we could support their sewing ministry for younger women. That evening, Henry's community hosted us for a joyful youth rally as we sang songs, we played games, worshipped and laughed together. Thursday marked the beginning of our clergy conference at the cathedral. Reverend Brett opened with teaching on ministering in the Holy Spirit and wearing the armour of God. Graham and Susan spoke on the biblical foundation for healing, and Michelle gave a moving session on forgiveness. During discussions, the Dean asked a striking question: how can we prevent what's happening in Australia, declining congregations and ageing churches, from happening here? It sparked deep conversation into discipleship and mission. That afternoon I spoke on deliverance and spiritual freedom, using the image of clearing away the rubbish so God's Spirit can bring cleansing and renewal. The clergy listened with great openness and hunger for practical tools. Friday continued with sessions on perseverance in ministry and healing prayer. The day ended with lively dialogue about how deliverance ministry could be contextualized within Melanesian culture, a conversation that deepened mutual respect and understanding. Saturday was our rest day with visits to the vibrant Honiara markets and a cafe discovery. Iced coffee and local chocolate were a highlight. That evening we joined Henry's village for his daughter's baptism, celebrated with singing and feasting and one enormous chocolate cake. On Sunday we worshipped at the Christian Care Centre, a refuge for women and children escaping violence. This service was filled with music and laughter, and a few unintended hymn tune experiments was a reminder of the joy in midst of healing. Afterwards, a visit to Amazing Grace Cafe yielded some beautiful handmade chocolate, 100% cocoa and very strong. Our final evening was spent together at Coral Sands Resort, a swim, a shared meal, and quiet gratitude. Monday morning came too soon. As we reflected together, each team member shared moments of learning and grace, and the Archbishop and bishops expressed their heartfelt thanks and a desire for a Spirit-led teaching to continue with SOMA mission in the Discipleship Conference. The Solomon Islands tested our endurance with heat and humidity, but they captured our hearts with generosity, faith and joy. We returned home inspired and deeply gratified for the privilege of serving alongside our Melanesia brothers and sisters, united in the love of Christ across cultures and oceans. We look forward to going to the Solomon Islands again next year.